Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This week we have another exciting video and I've been dying to film this. For this week's video, we're going to be reading the highest and lowest rated books on my TBR. So naturally, we refer to GOODREADS because that's where I document all my to-be read books, which are all on the shelf here mostly. I need to screen record, so I'm going to change the sort by to average rating. So the highest book, I'm so happy. I'll pop it up on the screen, but it's A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 3 in the ACOTAR series. It is thick. I think it's 700 pages, is it not? Hello. It's not quite 700 pages. It's 699 pages. But I've been dying to read this book. I've heard it's not as good as the other two because actually Akama for A Court of Mist and Fury was my absolute favorite. I actually liked it better than the first book. It was my first 6-star like ever. And I'm hoping this is good. I know a lot of people didn't like it as much, but I like the war and stuff like that. I'm not a big romance reader, so the romance for me is just a side plot. I like the adventure and all the not dystopian, but kind of dystopian fantasy-esque things that happen, the fae, the way they do things, like that's what I like. The romance for me is a backseat. I don't need it to be in the forefront. I'm very, very excited for this. So it is the highest rated of my entire TBR. It's a 4.47 rating, close to a 5. So that is very, very good. A close second to that was Ignite Me by Tahara Mafi with 4.46. This one won and I'm so excited. So let's do descending order. And the first book actually here, which is called The Fake Up, I do not have with me. That's in the UK. That's got a whopping 2.91 rating. That is so low, but it's only got 619 ratings. So not that many ratings. So I guess it's not a very popular book. Then the book thereafter is called, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but like I said, I am screen recording. It's called 9. And that is this one by Zach Hines. This is like a YA dystopian as well, where they live in a society where everybody has 9 lives, but every time you lose a life, your life kind of reboots with an upgrade. So every time you die, you become a better version of yourself. So your 9th life is the ultimate level, but then someone becomes obsessed with not losing any lives and just living the one you're given. So I'm not sure about that concept, but it sounds very, very interesting. This is going to be our lowest read, and this has 3.47. That's not bad. That's almost a 4-star. Actually, it's almost a 3.5, but still 3.5 books I would read. So yeah, I think I'm going to start with 9 because I want to dedicate a good chunk of time to A Court of Wings and Ruin. I have been dying to read this. I know I'm late to the party with ACOTAR, but I'm hooked so far. So I'm wanting to give myself some time with this. I'm going to get to reading. That was a very long intro, but I'm going to get to reading and I'll let you guys know when I start 9. So today's Saturday. I know I normally don't do check-ins in the weekend, but my dad's playing golf and my mom's just gone into work, so I have a few minutes to myself. It is currently like 9:45 on Saturday morning. I think we started this, I want to say Thursday. I'm halfway through 9 by Zach Hines. This is a debut novel and it's his only novel. I tried to do some research on him, but that's all I could find. Apparently he's like a screenwriter as well. Irrelevant, but I just thought I'd do a little bit of research. So yeah, the book is basically what I thought it was about. So it's dystopian, but it's kind of gory. So people have 9 lives. Like there was a war or a storm and something. The world couldn't sustain people anymore. So you're encouraged to burn life. You at 1 until I think in high school, and you could only graduate high school when you've burned to a 2. So you have to either go to a clinic, they'll off you, and then you're reborn into like a lake, or they have this group at school who's like radical and they think you should be able to control your own deaths and it's your death to play with. They have like this group, this gang that kind of is like a suicide pact. So they kind of come up with all these elaborate schemes to do the burning. Julian, he doesn't really believe in burning because the burning can lead to a retrograde like disease where you kind of forget everything. It kind of gives you Alzheimer's and you go a little bit crazy. So he's never really believed in it because his mom burned through 9 lives while she was still quite young and she ended up going crazy, so he's never really wanted to burn his life. In order for your family to move up like the food chain and make money, you need a certain life score, so they encourage you to burn lives, and then they at a certain point they'll like give you like a rebate on the lives that you sacrifice. Julian's forced to do this to help his parents out or help his dad out because he also has a little brother. Every burn you get a wrinkle, so it's either like a heart defect, you stop tasting, you can't hear, you can't see. It's always something, but it always happens from like 3 upwards. But it used to be that it only happened like towards the end of your life, so 7, 8, 9, but now it's starting to happen at like 2s and 3s, and there's something going on. So it's very, very interesting. But the gorish part is that they actually describe the burns in very gruesome detail, like electrocution and jumping and stuff like that. It's very, very descriptive, but I'm enjoying it. I kind of like that it's so in detail in that part. I already feel like I'm connected to this main character because I feel like I would have the same values as he does. If it's going to lead to me being crazy, why the hell am I burning through these lives? To a certain degree you have to, but I personally would go for the assisted side. I wouldn't be a thrill seeker. I really like the way it's written. I feel like it feels like a movie. I think it would make a really good like thriller slasher type of movie. I guess him being a screenwriter is it plays really well for him writing a novel. Too bad he didn't write it anymore. It does feel kind of juvenile though, which is the only downfall. And I usually don't read a lot of like male authors. I don't like the way they write females usually. I'm really enjoying this. Hopefully I can finish this between today and tomorrow, and on Monday or even tomorrow we can start on the next book. But I just thought I'd give you guys a quick update, and yeah, Saturday, so I have lots of time to read. I have some shorts to film, but yeah, I'll let you guys know when I finish 9. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I spoke to the camera, has it? No, I spoke to you guys on Saturday, didn't I? Yeah, I spoke to you on Saturday and I ended up finishing 9 on Saturday. Yesterday, I didn't read much, to be honest with you. Or did I finish this yesterday? I can't remember. It feels like ages ago. Yeah, I think I finished it yesterday. I didn't finish it on Saturday. I finished it yesterday, which was Sunday. I really liked it. I really, really, really liked it. It felt like I was watching an old school dystopian movie. It literally got me. It was gorish where it needed to be gorish. It was angsty where it needed to be angsty. It ended on a note where you were kind of left with your own thoughts and was like, is this true or is it not? And it was written so well. I really liked it. I'm going to give this a 4-star. Really could recommend. The direction it took after the halfway point, I didn't expect. With that, you don't want to be able to predict an entire book. So I'm so happy I got to read this. I'm really happy with the direction it took and the way it ended, and I would recommend. It is YA, so it is quite juvenile at some points, which is why I didn't give it a 5-star, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time reading this book. I wanted to pick it up. I wanted to know what happened. The writing is small, the chapters are long, but I still enjoyed every single minute reading this book. I would 100% recommend. This feels really good to be able to give 2 books back to back a 4-star. Amazing. So this morning I did read the first couple of chapters of War. So far, I love this world. I'm happy to be back there. I was a little bit confused as to what was going on because I read the second book in July, was it? June or July. So it's a few months ago and I can't fully remember all the details. I personally need to give myself time between sequels. Otherwise I get a little bit annoyed and claustrophobic and not wanting to keep reading. So for me, it's better if I give it a few months in between. This is such a thick book. The font is tiny. Tiny. I'm on page 27, chapter 3 now. And again, I'm just happy to be back with them. I'm so excited to see what Farah does. She's just become such a strong, independent woman, and I can't wait to see how she gets her revenge. With sequels, you cannot discuss too much unless you want spoilers. It's a thick book. I think I will maybe check in with you guys around like the 150 page mark, and we'll just like do it in increments like that. It depends what I can tell you, how I feel, but yeah, starting this, I'm very, very excited to be back in this. I have 2 books left in the series after this, which is the novella, which is A Court of Frost and Starlight, and then A Court of Silver Flames is the last book, which is thicker than this, but I'm just happy to be back here. So I will let you guys know how I feel, but until then, happy reading. Hi guys! Oh my gosh. So I read the bulk of this morning though, but I am at page 156, chapter 16. I love it. It's already got me so hooked. I just want to keep reading. This morning I actually had to drag myself out of bed. I woke up fairly early, like 6:30, and I read until like 9 a.m. and I just was, flipping pages because I love it. I thought I didn't like the romance, but seeing Farah and Rice back together, that might be a spoiler, but just seeing them back together, it got me, and I was giddy, I was kicking my feet. Absolutely love it. But that's the only update I can really give you. I even included a little spoiler in there, but I'm loving it. I can't wait to see what else happens. I don't understand why the book is so long. I will surely find out soon. So my next check-in will probably be at page 300-ish, I think. Yeah, a new chapter starts at, you can't even see the page number, but 298. So this will be 299. So I'm gonna read this chunk today and hopefully tomorrow, and then I'll check in with you when I am about halfway through. That's all I have to say, but I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know that I absolutely love it and I cannot wait to see what else happens. Hello everybody. So I don't look the most presentable. I look like a sweaty mess because it is a lovely day today and I've just been out in the sun tanning, but I got to page 306. I'm actually in the middle of a chapter, but I thought I'd just check in with you guys quickly. My book is getting absolutely ruined because I am sweating so much and just having my hands on the page is making it crinkle so much. I am almost halfway through. So I checked in a little bit later than I said I would. I think I said I would go to like 298, but I've read a few more pages. I'm finding it a little bit slow. There's nothing actually happening. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of scheming, but nothing has actually happened. So I think this is setting up for something bigger towards the end, and I guess that's why it's such a long book. I don't know if the war is going to happen in this book. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but there's a war looming, so I don't know if it's a setup for that. So far, oh my god, look at the state of me. I'm literally so shiny. I'm enjoying it, but it's not as exciting or as thrilling as the previous two books were. I am reading faster than I thought I would, but at the same time also slower, because I'm not actually that inclined to pick up the book. With the times that I do pick up the book, I'm loving it, but the times when I'm not reading it, I don't miss it. Yeah, I'm hoping it will pick up soon. Like I said, we're almost halfway through, so surely things should be happening. I thought I'd just pop in just to talk to you about that. Like I said, I'm sweating a storm here. I don't know when I'll next check in, probably around page 500. I think maybe page 500. I'll let you guys know how I am feeling. Let's see when this chapter is. Yeah, 506. So a big chunk like this will read again. It will probably take me a couple of days, I'm not gonna lie. I am hoping that I will finish this over the weekend. So if I don't check in between, today's Thursday, so if I don't check in tomorrow, I'll probably only check in Monday, and hopefully I would have finished this. It's a tome, an absolute tome. You could kill someone with this book. I'm really bummed that the pages are so warped right now, but when I was looking at maybe getting the audiobook or maybe just on my Kindle so I didn't have to read this big fat book, it's actually the same price or even more expensive than the actual physical copy was. This was 275 Rand. To pay more expensive for a Kindle edition, I just didn't think was worth it. I always thought that Kindle books were cheaper than physical books, but I was wrong. I'm going to take my sweaty butt back into the sun. I'm hoping I can check in again with you guys before the end of the book. If not, hopefully just at the end. I'm just rambling now. I am going to get myself a drink and lie out in the sun and carry on with this book. But I'll let you guys know if and when I feel anything more. Hopefully my feelings do change because, yeah, I'm just a bit bored. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I spoke to you guys, but I finished it. I finished my first thick tome of a book. This was almost 700 pages, A Court of Wings and Ruin. You ruined me, absolutely ruined me. I went through the biggest array of emotions reading this book. I know in the middle bits I was like, I think I'm bored. Things popped off. Oh my gosh, and I ate it up. I ate it up. This evoked the craziest emotions in me. I was getting goosebumps. I was crying. I was angry. I was annoyed. I was frustrated. And I didn't realize a book could do that. I know people hate on this book, but I'm not saying it's a literary masterpiece, but honestly, it had me. It had me. And I love this series so much, so much. 5 stars. 5 stars. If you doubted that, who are you and where have you been the last year that I've been going through this journey? Because I think it's a 5-star series. I haven't read the last 2 books, but so far it feels like a 5-star series. I let some people deter me because some people that I watch have actually DNF'd this. I've currently actually unfollowed them on YouTube, but this was so good, so good. Absolutely love it. I can't tell you too much about it because obviously it will be a spoiler. This is the 3rd book in the series, but if you haven't read these, it is amazing. The imagery, just everything about it is right up my alley. I love fantasy. I didn't know that until a year ago, but I absolutely love fantasy, and I think that's my preferred genre. I always thought I was a thriller mystery girly, but this is doing it for me. I haven't read a terrible fantasy yet, so I wouldn't know, but loved this, absolutely loved it. Farah and her character development, Rice and his character development, the relationships that were developed, the found family in this is amazing, 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 amazing. And that depiction just, it warmed my heart. It makes me want to read the next book right now, but we have other plans, so excited, so excited, and I wish everybody could read this series because it is that good. So just to recap, we are reading the highest and lowest rated on my Goodreads. So is Goodreads correct? With this, I would say yes. It was 100% correct. This only had like a 4.47, I think. 5-star in my opinion. I think there's a few naysayers that haven't given it that high, but for me, honestly, full 5 stars. Loved it. Goodreads was correct and it led us in the completely right direction. Then we read 9. This feels like I read this months ago. I'm not gonna lie, months ago, but it was only a week and a half ago. But 9, again, was so good. I was actually thinking when I finished A Court of Wings and Ruin last night, I was thinking, should I bump this up? Because I really, really enjoyed it and I find myself still thinking about it. But the downfall is that it was YA. If this was an adult or more adults, like even if they were in college instead of being in like high school, I think I would have bumped it up. I would have given it a 4.5 or even a 5. But unfortunately, because it was so juvenile, I felt like I just couldn't. So this is going to be a 4-star. And I cannot remember what the rating was on Goodreads. Let me just have a look again. It's got a 3.47 rating. So 3.5 star. I love this. I love this. I love dystopian. Like dystopian's probably my favorite genre other than fantasy. I think they go hand in hand though, because it's still fantasy-esque. It's just in our world, I guess. But honestly, this was a really good book. I would 100% recommend. Again, 4 stars. So happy with this video. I found 2 really, really amazing books that I can recommend to you guys, that I can recommend to my friends. But honestly, I love doing this video, and thank you Goodreads, although your little application actually sucks, but thank you for choosing these for me, because I am so grateful and I am so happy with the reading that we did this week or week and a half. But anyway, that's it from me, guys. I am just about to intro our next video for next week, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please remember to give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to know more, just pop something down in the comments and I will definitely respond. I respond to all my comments. That's it from me. I'm really looking forward to next week's video as well, and hopefully you guys are excited for it too. I will see you all then, but until then, have a great week everyone. Bye.